A little girl gets diagnosed with cancer at just 6 years old. A father of 3 dies in a car accident on his way home from work. A war breaks out, and thousands of innocent people lose everything overnight. And somewhere, someone asks the same question we've all asked at least once. If God is real, why does he allow this to happen? Today, I'm not going to give you a simple Sunday school answer. Instead, we're going to look at what the Bible actually says about suffering and evil. I believe you'll see this question from a completely different perspective. Here's something I've realized. Most people aren't looking for a philosophical debate. They're asking something much more personal. Does God really care about me? Does he see my pain? And honestly, that's a question many people in the Bible ask too. One of the best examples is Job. Job lost his family, his health, his wealth, almost everything. Yet his story teaches us something many people completely miss, and we'll come back to that in just a moment. To understand suffering, we first have to understand something called free will. God created human ability to choose. Why? Because real love cannot exist without freedom. Love that is forced isn't really love at all. Imagine building a robot that's programmed to tell you, "I love you," single day. Is that genuine love? No. It's simply programming. Real love must always be chosen. Much of the suffering we see today comes from human choices. Violence, greed, hatred, selfishness. These are not God's decisions. They're the result of people choosing against God's way. But then another question comes up. What about cancer? Earthquakes, hurricanes, babies born with illness? Nobody chose those, so why do they happen? The Bible teaches that creation itself is broken. God created a good world, but disease, decay, and death. This isn't the world God originally intended. When God finally speaks to Job, why Job suffered, that he's the entire picture. God's presence becomes more important than having every answer. Here's what makes Christianity unique. God didn't stay distant from suffering, he entered it. Jesus experienced betrayal, pain, rejection, and death. He understands suffering because he lived through it himself. But the story didn't end at the cross. 3 days later, Jesus rose from the dead. The resurrection reminds us that suffering is real, but suffering is never the end of the story. So why does God allow suffering? We may never know every answer, but we do know this: God has not abandoned us. He walks with us through our pain. And because of Jesus, hope is always greater than despair. If this conversation encouraged you, subscribe, leave a comment, and share this video with someone who needs hope today. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next episode.